stage. The discussion is going to continue. I would like to call on our moderator, Ms. Susan Namulinga. Ms. Susan Namulinga is the founder and executive director of Africa Trade Desk. Ms. Susan Namulinga is an experienced professional in international relations and development cooperation, with a strong focus on fostering partnership between Africa and global partners. She has worked extensively on initiatives that promote trade, investment, and sustainable economic development, while also advancing inclusive policies that empower local communities. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Susan Namulinga. Our panelists also include Her Excellency Dr. Fatima Bio, Professor Leone-Canada. Like we said from the introduction, our First Lady is currently serves as the President of the Organization of Africa First Ladies for Development. And we also have Rukoya Gay, our leader, Rukoya Gay, known as Rock. Yes, please. Rock. Thank you very much. We'll continue with the discussion, as I said. Ms. Susan.
Thank you so much. We want to introduce our other panelists. I don't know if you have, maybe we'll just have you introduce yourself, Wendy, and then we'll get started with the discussion.
Absolutely. Good morning, everyone. My name is Wendy Harris. I'm the president and CEO of an economic development organization called Patron.
So good morning, everybody. This is a family conversation, so we are all finding out and working on it together.
Benedict, so don't do that about Kosi as well.
Wonderful to be here. So, I've been running an organization called Catalyst Plus for the past 15 years, and we are a global hub for economic development, advice, and support. They can hear? Okay. In a nutshell, so first of all, personally, it's a hard act to follow. And when she was speaking, I wanted to jump up from my seat and cheer. And really, in a nutshell, what we do at Catalyst Plus is to operationalize the goals and aspirations that the First Lady was talking about women's economic empowerment and gender equality. So we're an organization that runs globally in Africa, Asia, Latin America, the Caribbean, and here in Canada, working with Indigenous communities and organizations. Our focus is to build local capacity. We've been doing this for decades. We've been doing this for the late 60s, and our model catalyzes the experience of Canadians. So it's a model that uses Canadian advisors and mentors in partnership with our local clients around the world to build local capacity. These mentors are special. My roster of advisors are senior level executives from Canada, from either the public or the private sector, with on average 25 years of experience. So they know, they've had a career behind them. They know that how to catalyze and make progress in economic development is not what you read just in a textbook. They've got the life experience to bring, and they've got the intercultural capability to work with our clients and partners around the world as equals. So how do we do this work? There's two main aspects of it. The first is private sector development. And we work with micro, small, medium-sized enterprises. Again, the First Lady mentioned some examples of working directly with these businesses to help them stabilize and scale, have a bigger economic contribution, a more stable economic contribution to their family, to the community, to the region. The other aspect of our work is around good governance and public sector strengthening. So that's where we work with trade associations, chambers of commerce, local cooperatives, local civil society groups, different levels of government to build that institutional capacity to create the environment that is supportive, inclusive, equitable, sustainable for the private sector to thrive. Our biggest program is in 21 countries. Right now we're at over 35 countries around the world. Our biggest program in 21 countries is called ALL, and it stands for Accelerating Women's Empowerment. So again, it's working with those local SMEs, those local organizations that are going to empower and have a multiplier effect on the local economy.
Thank you so much. We'll have questions as you're speaking, and after we had from the community, I'm thinking we might do this a little differently than what we had planned. Work with me. We want to bring the conversation home. Rock, we'll let you introduce yourself and let the people know what's with you.
Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor. I'm really humbled to be here today. And wow, sitting right next to the First Lady. My name is Obokaya Gay. People call me Rock. I was born in Senegal but grew up in Toronto. And I am a carpenter. And most of the time when we talk about carpenters, people think about just building furniture. But we are part of one of the largest building trades in North America, which is the Carpenters Union. Carpenters Regional Council. I'm currently the stakeholder relations and as well as the Ontario chair of the Sisters in the Brotherhood. And what we build are the skyline of this city, the room that you're in today, from the exterior to the interior. Anything that you could walk on, you could climb, you could go up on, it's built by a carpenter, from the foundation to the roof, from anything industrial, commercial, institutions, the schools, the hotels, the hospitals, the train stations, the airport, and also the residential from high-rise to low-rise. So it is truly an honor to be here to actually have the trade represented. And what a great theme, empowering woman, and also with the First Lady's organization, she's the president. I'm the research, the honor to be presented. And when it comes to the Carpenters Union, we are known as one of the leading organizations who really fight for our wages, for our pension, and also to make sure that it's fair wages. Like every single individual, no matter your gender, your race, your culture, or your religion, we get paid the same wage. So most people go to university, to colleges. You either go and you pay, how do you call it? You get a scholarship, or you get a loan, or you're paying, working and paying. But when you come to the apprenticeship program, what the union is powerful and is doing is making sure that it's free. You come in, you only need to have grade 10 math and English, but we say always finish the high school for sure. And being able to come in and we teach you from beginning to end how to build this city. So if 90% of the training, you're literally at the job site, working and earning. And by the time you graduate, you're making way over 100,000 within 3 to 5 years. Most people don't put that into account, especially when we're Africans and the Caribbeans. And it's amazing to have doctors, lawyers, but we need also those trade workers. And Carpenters has been one of the leading champions to make sure that women are in the trade. And I have my sisters and the brothers that made sure to bring them here. The Carpenters Union.
Thank you so much, Rob. And now, first thing I'm going to throw this question to you. I know you are not perfect, but you are born ready. From just listening to you, we can understand that you are born ready. You had briefly what Wendy's organization does and what Rob does. What would it take? And I'm sure I think Wendy from our conversation, I know your organization is not active in Sierra Leone, but now that we have you here, and these are women mentors and examples, what would it take on the part of children and your own heart for the women and the girls to get something similar to what Rob and Wendy are doing in Sierra Leone, or do you see a benefit that would be helpful?
Thank you very much. I was going to ask the question differently. I was going to ask Rob, how do we get you? How do we get you into Sierra Leone? Because, a lot of people believe that the world, you have to have PhD, you have to, I can give you an example. My husband's tribe are the Mende people, and I know we have a lot of Mende people. Every Mende person in the world I know wants to die with a PhD. It's one of the contracts they sign with God. But I'm saying to them, the world has changed so drastically right now. We need skill training. We need a lot of people within the skill training world. And if you try to introduce people to do like fixing air conditioning or plumbers, they look at these things as poor people's job. But the reality is, this is one of the jobs that will make you an instant millionaire in this part of the world. And that is the kind of mentality I'm hoping that we will be able to export from here to Sierra Leone, where young people see the real way to go now. Because it doesn't matter how many PhD you have. If the government don't have the job to give to you, you're going to be jobless with all your PhD. So to keep young people in action, making sure that they are also part of nation building, making sure that they can contribute to their nation, you have to give them this other opportunity, let them choose from it. And that choice is what we're looking for, you know. So you just need to tell me what do we have to do, or how nice do we have to be nice to you to look at Sierra Leone as a place where you will want to train women that are determined to do the transformation that we need, or whether there is a possibility of those women coming here to train, and what do we need to do to get them here and make sure they go back. If these are things that are possible, really it will be a huge, let me say, this whole conference will be like the biggest success that we have. For me, it's the way to go. For me, my husband would say, if you want to, you don't need to keep your money in the bank. Give it to Fatima, and the only problem you will have, you might not have interest on your money, but you will find the money the way you leave it with you. But I'm not a business person. Naturally, if I run a business today, I should not be in that environment, because I will give everything away. And that's the problem I have. So when people say to me, I want to do business, immediately I'm thinking, if this person has the heart that I have, that business is not going to be successful. Because I'll end up, you will come with your problem and say, okay, no, let's give. I fight with even the people in my office. I will tell them this year, I'm paying school fees for 100 people. And that is what they are now budgeting for. And I'll go behind their back and make sure I have another 100. So when I bring those 100, I don't give them 100 together. I'm like, oh, have you done that 100? Yes, ma'am. Okay, no problem. Well, can you do this too for me? Can you do this too? By the time they realize we've gone to 200, 250. So it becomes a problem, because budget-wise, I'm putting pressure on them all the time, but I'm also looking at these kids who wanted to finish their education, these kids who wanted to finish an entrepreneurship that will change their life. How can I say no to them? And these are the small things that I don't advertise at all. These are the things that I don't let people know, because if you know that I'm going to, she pays for at least 250 young people, pays their fees to go to university and take care of them. The next thing, the following year, I will be having 500. Every year we have applications. It's like, I sit in the board of the Ministry of Education. That's how it looks, because I have a pile of files of young people. There's only one criteria you have to, well, two criteria, and I think most of them know now. They have to claim to be poor, or they have to claim to have no mother and father. If you have those two things on your application, you're good to go. I don't look at results. I don't check, for me, I just want to see somebody who is determined and want to finish it. You've gone that far and you want to finish, I help you finish and go to the finish line. So when it comes to capital, I would really like to understand how You champion something like that, and for 16 years you've been able to still do this successfully, and it is thrived from year on, and where you are today, that you're not only in Canada, but you are globally. That means it is a success story. How do we replicate something like that in Africa or in Sierra Leone? Because I have to speak for my country first before I go and start talking for other countries. So how do we find something like that, and then who could be the right person to manage something like this? You know, because it will help me also to you will be educating me, and even help me to understand how do you manage finances. The only finance I don't touch is the one that you give me and say keep. But if you don't put that word keep on it, you will not find it, because I'll spend it on people. So how do we do that? Yeah? Thank you.
Literally, they have to stay there. So we're gonna let you to hold those questions, and all of them, and we're gonna have you answer them. There's one other question that I want to ask Rob first, and then I'll bring it to you, and I'll formulate the question, the answers for the questions that have been added on top of what we have. I'm sure it is easy work to talk about what you have done and how you have gotten here and the practices and all that. But I'm curious to know, what are the barriers? What are the barriers that a girl, that a woman will face, even just saying that I want to be a carpenter? Talk to us about that and how you have managed to navigate that.
Thank you, Susan. That's the next question. When it comes to barriers, most of the time, you can't do what you can't see. So people, the young girls or women will automatically think the trades being male-dominated, so that they don't belong. Recently, beginning of the year, I was at an event where I was doing outreach. I was on a panel, completed the panel, and went back to my group. We have one at the back over there. The young lady came to me and said, my father and my brother's been tradespeople for years, but I've never seen myself as a tradesperson from today. I'm going to go have a conversation. So most of the time, people will not see themselves represented. If you don't have representation, you will not think about going there. So that's why the Carpenters Union is a champion and being at the forefront, being partnering with so many different organizations, partnering with so many different schools. Like we're everywhere at the forefront, from campaigning, so on and so forth. And the barrier, one of them for me was childcare, which is also something for all the women that have children, and also those single fathers. Because the construction industry, the beautiful thing is it has unique hours. We start at 5 a.m., 6 a.m., or 7. And out of door. Sorry, French is my first language. And because of that, when daycare opens at 7, or 7:30 or 8 o'clock, so there's already that barrier. For me, I graduated back in late 1990s in construction engineering technician management, and I landed a great job to go work as a carpenter at the airport. But my dream shattered because when I went after them, their orientation, signed the contract, we were visiting everything, they said, daycare, no, they said we were going to start at 5 today, but sometime at 6, sometimes at 7. And daycare was starting at 7, and I was in the middle of divorce, so I had completely changed that. The other barrier that we had would be also families. Most people don't know where to go and how to start the construction industry. Some people will go into colleges or university to sign up and then work. However, you could go sign up with the union directly, where it's free. For union dues for carpenters, we pay $23 on something. If you're an some research, talk to somebody, or have a respectful conversation. But kudos to the organizers, May Mary as well. And from there, it's really key. The other barrier also that we have would be, sometimes they think because it's really hard. It is, and it's going to be. But we have to train operators. We have, with technology nowadays, you're able to really work with so many different tradespeople on the job site. The other thing is also, let's say you're working on this banquet hall. Once it's complete, guess what? We all get laid off. Only few key people of that employer will stay. If you're working with a major employer, the beautiful thing is they can dispatch you to a different job site. However, when you're with the union, you'll be dispatched. They're the one finding those jobs for us. And there's more.
Thank you, Rob. Wendy, now when I come back to you, the barriers for you are totally different. We're going to really keep this in the context of the facilities home because she's here. In this context, if you want to look at what would some of the barriers be that would kind of keep an organization like yours operating in a certain region or even right here with a certain organization, what are some of the barriers that would come up?
Thank you. A couple things, and then I'll get to the barriers. The first is I should have mentioned we're a registered charity here in Leone-Canada, so we operate on a cost recovery basis. It's an not-for-profit organization. The sectors of focus that we focus on are the ones that are driving local economy. So, no surprise to you, agribusiness is a huge one, hospitality and tourism, access to finance, natural resource management, agroforestry, health and nutrition, things like that. So in terms of barriers, there's similarities across all sectors. We are focused on hospitality and tourism a little bit. The first is, like you said, Rob, access to finance. A lot of time, and whether it's an entrepreneur or whether it's a trade association, a civil society organization, a cooperative, they don't know where to go to access funds to stabilize and scale their business or expand their programs. So that's a big area, and we work on reducing those barriers either through helping identify sources of funding and helping our clients apply, right, doing the proposals and things like that. We also work in microfinance by strengthening local microfinance institutions to help them better serve their public, and then again at the SME level. So finance is a big one. Another one is just access to market information and familiarity and understanding of international standards. So again, if we're thinking of the hospitality and tourism industry, there are whether it's service standards in a hotel or a restaurant or a tour operator, things like that. So it's access to that information that can be a barrier, and again, something that we can bring to the table through our advisors. Another barrier is political influence and community engagement. So again, going back to your comment about a woman's voice. We actively work with women and women's groups to help improve their confidence so that they can play that role, whether it's in, again, a business, an institution, government, et cetera, et cetera. When reducing those barriers and working with folks in the industry, it can look like a lot of different things. It can be working on the financial side of things. Everyone needs, I'm a chartered accountant in my background, everybody needs to know how to manage a budget, whether it's a personal, whether it's a business, whether it's a billion-dollar business. You have to have those financial management skills. Whether it's communications, again, strategy, you have to have management skills, you have to be able to do operational plans, strategic plans. You need to understand the cost of the inputs. You need to be able to calculate what prices you're going to charge. All of that so that your business is sustainable. So I want to tie that into, first of all, your remark about, things for free. And so first of all, thank you for doing that. My recommendation would be two things. One, let's go from a one-to-one, right? It's you and a student, you and a student, you and a student, right? I would recommend that we go to a model of one-to-many. How do we do that? That's by building, if it's not already there, it's there, strengthening local institutions so that we can have that capital, your capital input have a multiplier effect. So your investment maybe benefits many students, not just one, and in a model where that institution has a business model that's sustainable. So every year you don't go back to zero and you have to do the same, like you say, next year, more and more and more and more. We want to build that local organization to be able to, after a while, be self-sustainable, okay? And then I want to tie our two things together. As a carpenter, if you're an individual operator, you're running a business, right? You're in sales, you're in marketing, you're a finance person, you're in accounting, maybe you've got staff, right? So there's a role for those business skills in the trades, absolutely. And then there's a role for whether it's a union, whether it's a trade association, strengthening that body, or maybe it's a trade school that do strengthening of the institutional portion so that either there's better curriculum for the students, so it better matches the job needs when they graduate, or programs for continuous development and things like that.
Thank you, Randy. Now, since I'm coming to you, but I want first to commend you on the work you have done. Like we were, from our conversation yesterday, you have done a tremendous amount of work to get the country, not only the country, but also to, inspire women around the world of the leadership in the policies at the UN and all that. Here is my question. Beyond the policies, beyond the partnerships and the collaborations that you have instituted, what else? I mean, you've done so much, but now I'm asking. What else needs to be done, not only by you as an individual, but all the well-wishers, the people in this room, the people that are watching us, so that your work becomes a sustainable legacy, so that everybody can chip in and put in 5 minutes here. What else can we do to take it beyond the policies that you have set up in the country?
Wow, please don't mind that. Okay. First of all, when you are introducing a vision, you want to introduce a vision that a whole lot of people will also want to be part of that journey. And do not hold on to the journey as if it is your personal property. Allow as many people to be part of it. Allow as many people to believe in it. And give them the space to be able to operate within what you're doing. If you go to the last village in Sierra Leone and you meet a child who will tell you, in fact, they don't understand that the word hands of a gods is not the law. Hands of a gods is started as a slogan and now have moved into a foundation so that, the name and the work of what we're doing within the hands of our gods will be sustained even when I leave as the first lady of Sierra Leone. But the girl in that village does not understand that. For them, if you want to touch them, they tell you hands of our gods. And they'll say, we will call hands of our gods, not we will call the police. Because we managed to get as many people, from religious leaders to traditional leaders to principals, teachers, market women, the school children themselves, they were all part of the process. I didn't go to them and say, well, you know what, I'm the first lady and this is my idea and I want you to just follow me around. No. I said to them, look, this is what I think we should do, not I am going to do. We should do. And for us to succeed, we have to work together. And whenever I want to come to your small village, doesn't matter how small it is, I allow you to lead. And I make sure you are the one who will be at the front. And I go there as your guest. I don't go there because as the first lady of Sierra Leone, I'm a first lady for every corner of the country. So I have rights to go to any place. But when I go to your community, I make sure the whole community understand that very moment you are my boss. And I give you that space. So they all take ownership of the idea. So even when I am not there, I've given them a leadership role. So when something happened in that village, the people in the village come to that particular person and said, look, when the first lady came here, she told us you're the go-to person. So this has happened. And that is how we are able to get the information wherever anything happens that is out of place, we'll get the information. Unless people tend to hide it and hide it. We're not saying that everything has gone perfect, everything is working out perfectly. No, that's not what we're saying. But the awareness is so intense that when it happens, people are scared to cover it up. Yes. Because if more than one person know about it, they know eventually we are going to know. So any idea you have that you believe is a vision, share it with as many people as possible and allow as many people as possible to be you. And they speak on your behalf. And then give them the authority to do it even when you are not there. Then your ideology becomes their ideology, your vision becomes their vision, and they believe in it. So you don't have to worry because they are going to fight for it anyway because they are also part of it. That is what I did with the hands of our gods, and that is why I would say that anywhere in the world today, it is the biggest campaign that has come out of Africa. In Sierra Leone, it is the biggest campaign that has gone into Sierra Leone, and it is not a one-off thing. It is every year we go out, at least 3-4 months I am on the road. Because when I go out to do the National Food Basket, I am reaching out to the people and I'm reminding them about the girls. When I'm going out to meet the school children, distributing sanitary pads, which I do every year, and I don't send people, I go myself. So 8 months you don't get to see me, but 2 months I'll be in your face, reminding you that even though I'm not here, but just know I'm still watching you and I still depend on you. So I go around the country every year because I believe also implementation, you don't just implement things sitting in an office. Yeah. And the kind of first lady I am, or no, forget about first lady, that's just a title. The kind of human being I am, if you keep me in an office, then you might as well put me in prison. I don't like sitting, I'm too hyperactive, I don't like sitting in one place at all. It's not me, it's not my life. So, when I go out to work, even when I will have a battalion of people trying to do everything for me, you will find me in the middle. If my people are standing under the sun, I will be there with them until we finish. If my people are standing under rain, I will be there with them until the rain stops. I am not the boss when I'm doing my work. The only time I am boss is when I'm in my house. When I'm in my house, I give orders, and I ask questions. Mr. President, what's up? What are you doing? When I'm in my house, that's when I can ask my cook and say, what did you cook today? Then that is where no one outside see me. But when I'm outside, a lot of Sierra Leoneans who are here, they can testify. It is easy to see the First Lady in Sierra Leone and to see some ministers. My office has no appointment policy. And guess what? My office is with the people. I am not in the city. I choose a place where I know, in fact, the gate of my office is on the main road. So you don't have to worry. There is not going to be any police to stop you 1 mile away and say, you cannot go this way, because it's the highway. They are not going to block highway because my office is there. And I did that strategically because that enabled me to be among the people. And by doing that, I'm able to hear everything. They come to me. If there's fire in the market, all the market women will come and they will position themselves in front of my car because they know I'm not able to go inside my office until I stop. Because if they stand in front of my gate, I can't go in. If there's a problem in the hospitals and the nurses want to talk to they want a message out, they will come. They will just come and stand in front of my office. If students are not able to take their public examination, they will all put on their uniforms and come in front of my office and wait. So I don't have a policy of madam, no. People come. Even me myself, if I want to see a minister, I have to call them first and ask, please sir, please ma, are you there? Can I see you? Because the ministers are part of government. Me, I'm only a title holder within the government.
Office of the President.
So, I am more with the people than with the government. Because I will listen. When they complain, I take it home. Whenever the people say, this is what is happening, I go, even if the president does not want to hear, I say, this is what your people are saying now. So I am basically like the gossip for the people. I listen, I hear, and I take it home. Whether they want to listen, they don't want to listen, I am going to say it anyway. And that's the reason why I have built a relationship with as many people as possible. And the good thing, it is good for people to know when you say something, you mean it and you're going to do it. Let them trust you for something, And don't get me wrong, to say I don't have people who hate me, the ones that hate me, the ones that hate me can give me poison and smile and watch me die. And sometimes they're not even far away from me. But it is what it is. And every day, the more you plan, the more I jump and I'm ahead of you. Because all you need to do is do the right thing. If you are not able to do the right thing, you are only going to continue to do the wrong thing. And if you are the one who picks on all the wrong things that is happening, of course the people who are doing the wrong things are not going to like you. And they will never like you because you'll be the one who will be expressing them. And they know it doesn't matter what is being said in those offices at the end of the day. The office that is the final office is where I sit. And it's where I sleep. And the president had no choice but to listen. And in that office, there will be no judge, there will be no critique, it will be just me and him. So when you do your stuff and you think you're covered, if I get to know, I'll expose you. So by exposing certain people or certain elements, you build enemies. And those enemies create enemies, another cell of enemies for you. And those cells, they don't even know why they're fighting. They just join the fight. Because, you know, the person who is standing in front of them has already declared you enemy number one, so you are also enemy number one. They don't want to know who you are, they don't want to know why you have a problem. You know, that's the kind of situation you find yourself. So for me, I'll say, when you have a vision, the word I did it, me, myself, and I, you are not a good leader. For anybody who is always me, myself, and I, you are not supposed to lead, you are not a good leader. If you can stand with all confidence and say, we are successful, this thing happened because we did it together. Share glory with people. Share and make those people know that you appreciate the effort they are putting into your work. You know this is your work. It is not them that created it. But you have now bring this idea to them and they have buy from your idea and they are willing to implement your idea. You should be able to be thankful to them every day because they don't owe you. They are doing it because you have entrusted them with it. The least you can do for them every day is to say thank you. And some people in leadership don't know how to say thank you. And for me, that is a noble area. So that is how I work. I can say with all confidence, a lot of us Sierra Leoneans are here. Some are in Canada, some we came together. Some, they came and we are all attending this function. If what I'm saying is not, and I can say to you, some people that are here, some like me, some don't like me. It is what it is. We are in a journey. And until the journey finishes, we will only have to put up with one another. But my advice to everyone is, you don't have to like me. But if you see what I am doing is good for our people, hate me more, but make it work for the people. We are not friends. I'm not looking for friendship. I am not your friend. You are not my friend. And I did not send an application out to say I'm looking for friendship. What I am saying is, let us do the right thing and do the right thing for our people. If what I am doing you think is good, you don't have to let me know you are doing it. Just do it. And let the right thing happen. And the rest, we'll arrange it one time. I believe, when people are old, they become enemy at a young age. When they are old, you will see they will be the closest friends. So by the time we get to 60, 70, I believe, those people who don't like me will say, you know what, I'm tired of hating this woman. Let us just be friends. But for now, please, let us just work. Because no one is going to come and help us change our country. We have to do it ourselves. Even when people want to come out from any part of the world to come and help us, if they come and they see the seriousness in us and they see that we are people who are ready to implement the right thing, they will stay and they will help us. But if they come and they see that we are the most greedy human being, when I give to you, you will take 99.9 and you only want to spend one, even the one you also want your uncle and your auntie to be part of that one, then we will not have the right people to help us. So when we do this kind of travel, let us be sincere with our traveling. Let us be honest while we're here, and when we call on people, let us make sure what we are telling them is the right thing. Don't come to this kind of forum and pretend to be God sent. God only sent you for a purpose. And that purpose, if you want to be successful in that journey, do the right thing and God will protect you till the end.
What you think your organization can we have an open office right here. If there's anything, any advice or anything that can get you working with something similar, let us do that and wrap up and then the day from here.
Great, thank you very much. So I'm going to go ahead and put those comments, particularly on leadership. Those really, really important principles of good leadership and leading with strong leadership. So what I'd like to say in closing is just a couple of words to explain our tagline. Our tagline is stronger economies for better lives. So it means our focus on economic development has the ultimate goal of improving the economic and social conditions of the people that we work with. So that's the ultimate goal. Our model focuses on both the private sector and the public sector. Private, because that's the engine of economic growth, right? The public sector and the institutional strength, those are the foundations that ensure that growth is for everybody, right? We've all seen growth in many countries that is inequitable, right? So that's the investment in those local institutions. And finally, I would say that, what we, and I'm sure you want to see is growth driven by an agenda and the priorities and the talents and the capabilities of the areas, right? So growth is locally driven. We've got organizations like ours that can help literally catalyze certain parts of it, make sure that we can get from A to B quicker, hopefully with fewer barriers. But that's good growth when it's locally driven and it's a partnership around other organizations to help you along the way. And I guess lastly I would say, and hopefully I don't get too philosophical, but we're in a time of rapid geopolitical change. So the stronger and the healthier and the more inclusive and equitable and just society is to help ensure that the world, gets on or continues or like the path, charts a path, a good path going forward. So I think that's why partnerships between like-minded countries is really important to the future of peace and security and to share prosperity. So, thank you.
So collectively, we're stronger together when we work together. When you have people give diverse voices, it's always good, and that's what Carpenters Union was really keen in doing, making sure that we reflect the population that we serve. And it will be an honor to come to Sierra Leone. I will definitely take a vacation day and come. And the sisters and brothers over there will be also honored. The reason why I say that every year we go to Jamaica, we fundraise $20,000, we pay our own flight, hotel tickets, and we build a home for a family in need. So it's one of the projects that we do.
You are invited to
It's something we do with Toronto Community Benefit Network and Food for the Poor, and we also have the blessing of our Carpenters Union, so we do it every year. We also have, the great thing is also the Carpenters is also on TVO Kids, and training skills, and it's training skills and then general carpenter. So you parents can get to see and show your children what carpenters do. I had the privilege of meeting Moses and his twin brother yesterday. they're from Sierra Leone, from Regina, in a different province, and they were really knowledgeable when it comes to the trades. And also I had the beautiful honor to also meet another sister from Sierra Leone who wants me to come in Montreal and talk to the community about the trades. So this is what we do. We make sure that we go and talk about our journey, inspire others, but also provide information about how we could have a rewarding, lucrative career into the trades. When most people start at our union, most of them start with zero experience. By the time they're done, they're building their neighborhoods, their communities. And we are trained, everything is free, completely free. And it's something that we really enjoy. So for me, it's always important that when we're going, like you mentioned, in leadership, there is no I. So always making sure we bring the people with us. So what my grandma always said also, when you rise, open the door to bring people along the way. So making sure that you're sharing, you're giving back, you're promoting others, because we will be more successful together. And I'll be honored if you give us the permission to have a carpenters union. Even there's a Sierra Leone brother who's a carpenter also, to come on stage just to say hello, to take a picture. Thank you. Yes?
Thank you very much. Mr. President.
Hello, good morning everybody. Well, my name is Leone-Canada, President of the Sierra Leone Association of Alberta. Which will surprise you that I'm a member of this union for over 30 years now. So I'm very proud of the union. And I also want to inform you that it is not for the country alone. Where is Prince Stop? Prince Stop is a member of Oka 2025. Yeah. And really, let me say, faithful of the young guys in Alberta are part of this union. And we make sure that it's not a long ceremony. We try to invite them into this union, and they are going pretty fast. And I'm telling you, we are working very hard, equally to bring our women forward too. So as I'm talking to you, we have a whole lot of women within the Sierra Leone community in Alberta that are part of this particular union. So I want to appreciate my sisters very much.
Thank you. So for the contest, I happen to be one of its members. Yeah. So I want to thank our panelists, our distinguished panelists, for their insights. At this point, we want to bring the audience in. We invite questions from the audience.
Anyone have any questions? Mr. Haifa.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, First Lady Woman, and Ms. Gay and all panelists. I just reflecting here as you spoke, First Lady, my sister and my sister-in-law, and their experience with microfinance in Sierra Leone. And it was with all good intent that this was brought to help people, especially women who are very entrepreneurial and have entrepreneurial mindset. And if you go, if you are not a Sierra Leonean or you have not been to Sierra Leone, you go there, you see how much our sisters and our mothers work to bring food to the table on a daily basis, from morning to evening, right? And then this program came in, but by the time it was ending, for my own relatives, came to understand that the business person doesn't look at your tears, they look at what profit they're going to make out of it. So the microfinancing ended, in the end, to long story short, my people were threatened were threatened with jail term. They didn't pay back because the business was not successful for two people. So we know the intention behind it, but we know these are businesses. So what kind of regulations could be put there so that the intended purpose is what it ends up to be for the people on the ground? Because the thing is, these are interest-based businesses, and they will make their profit whether you make anything or not. Whether you still rich or poor, from their own perspective, they are going to make it. So our government brings this because we want people to prosper, but it's an individual relationship with the banks and the ones that are doing this business, and it doesn't end well for every one of them. Just want to pose that. The other thing that is really bothering me, that is my concern, is you mentioned education, our First Lady here, is living in Canada here. I've been here for 1 decade. I go every year. I see how education is almost fun for kids here. And I remember going through education in Sierra Leone. By the way, I basked in the blessing of being with the First Lady from the same place. I was born in Sakita and Colon and grew up in New Site and so on. So going through first primary school, secondary school, how stressful and colonial it is, and how you get really, really drained. And I look at my children here, how no child is left behind. If you don't make it this way, you'll make it the other way or the other way. So maybe it's time for us to free ourselves from this rigid British way of O-level, A-level that make people just fall out and get nowhere. I'm just doing it out.
Thank you. Can I ask a question? This your relative that went to Sierra Leone, was the business their private business?
It was private business. They didn't go, they are there. They went to and got microcredit, and it was just a big failure, and I had to do the heavy lifting.
Who was doing the business? Is it them themselves?
They themselves are doing the business.
Well, maybe you should ask them how did they do their paperwork. That's not be our problem because it's a private business from a private individual. That's why you see, I sat here and said, yes. I don't know how to do business. If you give me business, I'll spoil it. So maybe your relatives are like me.
I'm not knowledgeable that we are from the same district. But I mean, I'm not blaming the government at all. I'm saying the institution, when they deal with individuals, this is what happens. Maybe to put some parameters there so that they know what to do if they are actually intending to help the people.
So the one about the education, I'm with you on that. Remember, I was in Anzaru, so we all went through the same rigid, I'm with you on that, definitely. I believe that with the kind of, the way the world is today, I don't believe in the normal way of going to school anymore. I just believe that we actually really need to look at what is the world telling us, and then we move to that. That's my own belief. But unfortunately, I'm just the wife of the president. So I can believe whatever I want to believe. Doesn't mean anything can change. But I still think that, and that's the reason why I'm saying to my sister here, it would be nice for a program like this to come to Sierra Leone, because I know a lot of people, a lot of young people would definitely benefit from a program like this, and they would want to be a part of this. I believe that.
We have another question here from Mr. Barry.
Hello. Company with so close to men, women, and children. In this conference, as
is it here in Canada or
No, in Freetown. Yes, some of my products are here.
Fashion one.
Putting in Freetown.
And you've never made one for me.
You know, it's not easy as...
Don't forget, remember your mama.
It's not the reason why I'm standing to make it point is like, I believe in Sierra Leone and I believe I can build a successful business there. So, I've been succeeding in setting up like a tailoring company in Sierra Leone, which is not as simple as that. And my tailor shop is not like a regular tailoring shop. So what I do is I train young people, develop their potential, and I employ them at my shop. I also begin to apprentice because we know this area is not easy. You want to train young boys, sometimes they are having difficulty to get something to do. So the concentration level is a little low. So what I do is, when I take you as an apprentice, I provide lunch for you, and I also train you skills. Once you are capable of doing the work, I employ you as well. So I have a mini tailoring factory with about 40 machines, young boys and girls working here. Many people are requesting to be part of my project now, but it's challenging to afford, even if you have more than 25 people. So I've been looking to see if I can get a way or some people to partner with when I empower them with the skills, and I also encourage them to let them know that this is a way to make money. You can have a lifestyle. For me, tailoring has done everything for me. I'm here because of tailoring, and I went to university my parents couldn't afford to send me to university, but I used my skill, raised money, and I supported myself. I have a BSc in financial services, but I've decided to go the entrepreneurship way. So I'm looking for ways, if there are ways of collaboration to support SMEs. I've been receiving support also from different like people that support those kind of skills and things. Also, one of the good things I want to say that I'm one of the benefactors of the Sierra Leone Economic Diversification Project. They've recommended my business and they've been giving me support. I'm looking forward to sharing. My question is there a way of collaborating and supporting SMEs in replicating these models? You can use in different areas of the country.
You should ask me to just talk to Rob to work with you.
Thank you. Really have to say
I want to commend you for doing what you're doing, and I'm inviting myself to your shop, if you don't mind.
thank you.
Yes, I have a
I'll
question.
send a message, yeah, when we go back.
One more.
Yes, I have one here.
Question on this side, the side of the hall, please. Rugi,
Thank you.
just one question.
Thank you, First Lady, and wonderful panelists for your beautiful and insightful statement. My name is Doris Augusta Sarali, and I'm so happy to be here to be part of this wonderful event. It's really wonderful. I came all the way from Serbia, and I'm really blessed, to be here. And I'm so happy that the event is also streamed online for people not just here to enjoy what is going on, but also for people outside, especially young people, to know what is going on here. And for me, my question is based on my experience. So in Serbia, we don't have a lot of Sierra Leoneans, but we that are here, we are actually making impact and raising up the banner. And I was fortunate to be the president of International Student there, the first lady actually that become a president there. And from my experience, is that what I've experienced, first-hand experience, is that women are always scared. They are always scared. And I witnessed that, when I first stood up for the presidency, they were like, can you do it? Or the position needs to be for a man or this. And I'm like, no, we have to take the bold step. That's what we need to take. We have to take the bold step. But my question is, this will be for the First Lady,
like, what advice can you give to young people, not just here, but people that are watching all over, you know, to be resilient and be free from fear? Because sometimes that is what is holding young people to make an impact. And after that, you know, I have a question for the two panelists. So another thing is that so many young people believe pursuing a degree is all, you know, that leads to success, and that is not true. You know, that is not true. I am doing 2 programs. I'm doing a dental program and a psychology program running together, you know, and I'm also doing braiding. I'm sewing, you know. Even when I was the president, after giving a speech, we had so many events we did with the Ministry of Education in Serbia. After doing an event, I will go in the corner and start selling my things I'm sewing. You know, so that is actually the importance of skills. We need to get skills. We don't just need to know that, we just need to educate, you know, to become medical doctors or this. We need to do side hustle. You know, we need to get all these skills. And what mindsets can young people really have? Do they need to have a fixed mindset? Like just one? You know, that's okay, I need to just do medicine, or have, like, you know, growth mindset, which is like multiple, you know, thing you can have, you know, to establish yourself, because I believe that can really empower women. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Madam President. You know, again, I believe wherever you are in, you go far away. But I got my heart for you, because that's what we call resilience. Really, you know, going to a place that you know no one, and then you go there and make something out of it. That is what you need to do. In terms of what to say to young people, I believe you follow me.
Yes.
I am crazy. Crazy in a way, not to people misconstrue the things that I do or why I do certain things. One belief I have is that 90% or maybe 100% of the young people in Sierra Leone today watch everything that I do. And if I have started telling them that they need to have a voice for themselves, and I'm telling all the young girls that say no when a man comes to touch you and you don't want it, say no. And I'm the one who is telling them to believe in themselves. I'm the one who is telling them to speak up for their rights. And then I now have a bunch of men telling me shut up, and I shut up. What example would I be giving to those young people? And that is the reason why a lot of people see me as very confrontational. No, I am not confrontational. If you have allowed me inspire this many young people to believe in themselves, I am not going to allow you to silence me. Yes. That's my belief. And I'll say this again to young people. If you don't dream, and if you don't feel like your dream can kill you, like what Ellie Johnson said, if your dream is not big enough to scare you, no need to chase that dream. You have to chase what is bigger than you. Do not limit yourself to just your environment. You are already in that environment. The only place you can go is either up or down, and you don't want to go down, so chase up. Go up as much as you can and hold on to your dream. Don't let anybody dictate your dream for you. Don't let anybody. Do not sign contract. Not even with your husband. Do not sign contract with you. The only contract you can sign with your husband should be for better and for worse, but not on your own life or your own career. You should not sign a contract with them. You know, when you're in love, you forget the things that matters. Right? And when that love dies, you now realize that you have actually killed your own dream. So don't let your dream die for anyone. Hold on to your dream and chase your dream and focus on it. At least If you are successful, you will say to yourself, I fought to get here. If you are not successful, you will say, I did everything humanly possible. It was God that you didn't want it for me. But then you know you have tried. That's what we should do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone. We know this is a very important topic. A lot of people want to ask questions. We're sorry we are behind time. And at this point, we want to encourage people. There's coffee at the back and snacks. And we want to bring in traditional performance. And where we have to stretch our legs. We have a little break and then we'll come back and continue. And networking too. Don't forget to okay, yeah, future times.